You're listening to Not So Live from Asteroid G. I'm Mike Finkelstein. With me, as always, is...
I want to be a face hugger.
And Queen Bee.
I was expecting to be like sergeant or colonel, but no, I want to be a face hugger.
I almost said sergeant, but then I was like, well, I don't want to do a whole stolen valor thing, and so,
Oh my god.
so I panicked.
It's the best panic. Okay, I give you full credit for that one. So today we're talking about aliens versus predators, which, I mean, it's a topic that, I mean, we're just going to talk about the movies because that's all we care about. But there's like there's a whole genre of stuff that exists outside of just the movies that happen.
Comics, books.
Comics that started it. Just
laser discs.
Was it Dark Horse that had both of them and they did it, or
Yeah.
was it before? It was like
I think
Marvel
it was
or
Dark
Image?
Horse.
Dark Horse. So
Then they started doing like Predator versus Batman and
Oh, God.
Superman versus Alien.
Some of those are so trashily awesome.
Or was it Green Lantern versus Alien?
Well, they've all done it. Green
Yeah.
Lantern versus Alien. I also have Superman, Batman versus Alien Predator, which is garbage.
Wretched.
Oh,
They have
it's so
Archie
good.
versus Predator.
They do. They are now. They're onto Archie versus Predator.
I want to see that in the
Two.
show because that would be amazing.
That would be phenomenal.
Yeah. And then you'd watch
Well,
it.
but I mean, I did watch the first season
Did
of
you?
Riverdale, and then it
Okay.
got garbage. It was so garbage. So
I still
more
watch it, so.
more garbage than Sabrina, which I also really hate.
Sabrina.
Maybe you just don't like Greg Berlanti. Maybe that's what you're.
No, because I like the Arrowverse shows.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah, I really hate Riverdale, and I really hate Sabrina.
Sabrina. Okay,
So
fair
there
enough.
we go. But we're not talking about those.
No,
we're
we're
talking
not.
about aliens
AVP.
and predators and the eternal war between aliens and predators. So, I mean, as far as we're concerned, the movies are the only things that matter, because I know there are video games, but meh, whatever. So we'll start with, I don't know, what's your favorite one of the whole set? You got the aliens and the predators, and the aliens versus the predators.
My favorite movie or my favorite beast?
Both.
Favorite movie is Aliens.
The sequel from James Cameron.
Mm-hmm.
And is he also your favorite beast?
I mean, I've seen Avatar, so.
Oh.
Fair enough.
But
Fair enough.
I kind of like the Predators,
You like Predators better?
the mythos.
The regular predators and not like the super predators or the weird genetic predators or anything else they've come up
No,
with later?
just the normie
The
8-foot tall dude with
like
a vagina
laser,
face.
Triple laser sight he clearly doesn't need. And,
Yeah.
I would actually say I like the Predator movies over the Alien movies
Yeah.
as well.
Wow. Like, I like the Predator over the Alien, but I like the Alien movies overall more than I like the Predator movies, because both series kind of get to be kind of shit
Yeah.
at times.
Like,
It depends on what you're interested in watching. I mean, I'm not going to watch a Predator movie if I'm more into a comedy that evening, because although there's some funny stuff in there, there's not necessarily something I'm going to...
I mean, the second
Enjoy.
one is hilariously
Oh, yeah.
bad.
I actually kind of
I
like
like
the
that one.
last Predator movie. The most recent.
one,
Yeah.
The Predator,
The Predator.
which I thought was hot garbage.
Well, I liked it. I tend to like a lot of things that you consider are hot garbage.
I thought you had better taste than that.
I've seen some of the shit you watch, so don't even.
Yeah, but I admit fully well that it's shit, okay?
I'm not saying it's not shit. I said I liked it. That's what I'm saying.
So the aliens came 1st. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did. It's the first two of that set that are really the ones that are truly watchable. Like the fourth one is watchable enough to a point up until
it falls apart at the end.
the human
Aren't there
alien
6
hybrid.
alien movies?
There's only
5.
4. Well, 4 plus the 2 prequels.
Well, it's Alien
Technically, there's
because there's
6,
Alien
but
Covenant too.
There's
Is that-
Alien Covenant and there's Prometheus, but
Prometheus
those
doesn't
don't
count.
actually feature proper xenomorphs. Not yet. No. So,
Doggy morphs.
yeah, that was the third one.
Yeah.
From David Fincher. And I really love David Fincher, but it was clear that he could not do what he wanted to with that movie.
No,
No.
I think not having Michael Biehn
Well,
in it hurt.
I mean, what hurts the third one is the fact that they ditched all the characters you liked from the second one. Only had Sigourney Weaver back, who clearly didn't care anything about the movie she was in. And then the scripts that were actually good, that would have included the characters we liked, were ditched in favor of this weird mishmash of everything.
Yeah.
Primarily because they had a really good script idea that would have been 2 movies filmed back to back, and Fox felt that would be too expensive and no one would watch 2 movies filmed back to back, and now it's the industry standard.
With a female lead.
Yeah, well,
That seems to be what the problem is always.
Yeah.
You have the female lead.
I mean, say what you will about the Alien movies, but Sigourney Weaver was
she was the glue that held them together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Prometheus is boring trash.
Yeah.
And Covenant is gory and awful, but also boring trash. Like, the backburster sequence is amazing in that movie, and that's about the only good part of it.
Yeah.
It was disgustingly awesome.
I'd agree.
Yeah.
And don't ever watch any of these movies while you're eating. That has been the PSA today.
Oh, I will eat like bloody steak or like spaghetti.
You eat whatever you want.
I will
and
watch-
I've seen what you watch when you eat.
I will watch zombie movies and watch a disemboweling while I'm eating spaghetti. So,
It's usually when I go,
Delicious.
oh, this was a poor choice.
watch the eye gouging sequence from the second 28 Days Later movie and be like, jalapeno poppers, anyone?
Grapes,
So,
deviled eggs.
but no, like the Alien movies really are the first two. That's where it peaks, and then there are some decent valleys from there, but for the most part, they're trash.
Yeah.
And the Predator movies, I would guess overall they're slightly better, even though there's only 4 of them. Because the first one's good for what it is, which is basically From Dusk Till Dawn, but aliens instead of vampires.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
It's what it is. And then the second one is just this weird Danny Glover movie that,
I like the second one.
It's basically Lethal Weapon,
but yeah,
but with Predator.
yeah.
he's always one
Yeah.
step away from looking at the screen going, I'm getting too old for this shit.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And he's always a cop
is.
who's retiring the next day.
Yeah.
We get it, Danny. That is your
And then he
your
teams up with
character.
a suicidal predator and they have to fight crime together. Yeah, actually, that would have been a fun
would be
movie.
fun.
That would have been a great movie right there. I don't know why they didn't do that. And then the third one with the dude from The Pianist,
Adrian Brody.
Adrian Brody, thank you. That one was really actually quite
I
watchable.
liked it.
That one's
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Okay. I haven't actually seen that one.
It was good.
That's the honestly,
Predators.
I kind of think that's the best of the set because it commits from the beginning to being a sci-fi movie and not doing this weird like let's just introduce the alien halfway in kind of thing.
Okay,
like, it's,
so it doesn't take the trope of Dusk Till Dawn.
No.
Okay.
It is start to finish a movie about people having to fight predators, and it's
Nice.
really pretty good. And the fourth one,
That's the one that just came out.
Hey, I like it, but I haven't seen a lot of these movies in a while, so I liked it.
it was bad.
Okay. Yeah, it's fine. But they're all bad. They're not all great films.
Alien 1, Alien 2, Predator, Predators, those ones are good.
Yeah.
The Predator, not so much.
I do like AVP, though. I do like Alien
There's
versus
its moments.
Predator.
It's craptastic.
But I'll tell you why. Most people will say, oh, it was great, craptastic, whatever. I like it because of the continuity. It makes sense of how at the end you see the spaceship and you see how it became alien.
Okay.
The alien that it actually attacks Ripley. If you watch to the end, like it's the second cut scene or whatever, it's actually the Predator in that seat that they show on that
Well,
spaceship.
but they actually the next movie though, Requiem, it then crashes into the planet, and that's not the ship that becomes the space jockey.
Now you just ruined it for me,
Sorry.
man.
So now you no longer like Alien
Spoilers.
vs. Predator.
That has been my thing for all these, is that we're just giving spoilers back and forth.
I don't think it. My rule on spoilers is if the movie is over 5 years old, you've lost your statute of limitations. Okay.
That's fair.
Yeah. So yeah, AVP movies are fair game.
And where have you been?
I was reading a review on the AV Club recently, and they're talking about Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. It's like, yeah, and these characters die at the end. I'm like, well, now I know. But of course, I already knew. But still, that movie is 30 years old, and you spoiled it for me. Thank you.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid are the Thelma and Louise.
Oh yeah, they drive
30
right
years
off, they
prior.
drive right off that Bolivian cliff.
Yeah.
The horses will make it. No, they won't.
No, they won't.
No.
But are you sure?
I am.
No.
I'm sorry.
I haven't seen that Mythbusters
This ain't
on
no
that.
Harry Potter, and they're not going to fly away. That's not how it works.
I don't like Harry Potter.
That's a different podcast
That's
right
a different podcast. Woohoo!
there. We could do that next if you want.
Harry Potter. No, thank you.
Well, it ain't no AVP right
There
there.
you go. But I mean, I do like AVP for what it is. It's dumb. And I honestly think part of what would improve that movie is if it hadn't been PG-13 rated.
Yeah.
Like, if it could have had some really good violence in there to up what was going on.
All of those movies are not allowed to be
No, if they're PG-13, they're just not good.
Yeah, that came out through that weird time where all the studios were remaking movies like Total Recall. That was PG-13.
Really
and
wanted
RoboCop
PG-13. Yeah.
For no reason.
No reason. Well, just because PG-13 movies technically make more money, but when you're doing something that's named after a property people are fans of, and then you decide to do a PG-13 version of it, you've basically made a toothless thing. Like
Terminator. Genesis, wasn't it?
Genesis
Salvation.
I think wasn't Genesis PG-13
I think
as well.
so.
They both were, and it's like you've ruined. Like you're missing something there.
Yeah, but if you
the
watch
violence.
Yeah, the violence. All the really good like R-rated gore and stuff that like actually sucked people in. Yeah, like that's the thing. If we're going back to Alien Covenant, if that backburster scene hadn't been shown in such gory detail, like that sequence wouldn't have been as horrific as it was, and that being the best sequence of that movie would have been even worse than it was already. Yeah. I don't understand. I don't understand studios feeling the need to make PG-13 flicks anyway, though, for stuff like this. They just why?
I think they've learned their lesson.
Sometimes. RoboCop, that was another one that was remade. That was a PG-13 toothless remake, and
They need to stop making remakes.
oh,
Agreed.
they realized how bad that was because they're rebooting it and the other two RoboCop movies out of continuity, and they're just making a new RoboCop that's technically a sequel to the first one.
Are they?
Yeah, they are. They're making a new RoboCop.
Has Hollywood just run out of ideas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah. Not happy with a lot of the remakes. Like, what's the point? We didn't talk about that in the last one.
R-rated remake of Last Temptation of Christ, where he finally gets that gun, and he just goes on a tear through all of Galilee. This time it's personal.
Sounds like a Quentin Tarantino
I
movie.
know, right? I'd watch that.
Who wouldn't watch Quentin Tarantino? Come on.
Quentin Tarantino's The Last Temptation of Christ. That is going to be one, like, loaded with slurs and cussing, and it'd be amazing.
Willem Dafoe would still be Jesus.
Well, yeah. No, I think you'd probably get him back to redo the movie if it was Quentin Tarantino.
Someone needs to put a bug in his ear about that.
Well, I mean, he's been saying that he wants to do, like, one more movie. He's going to do his 10, and then he's done. Whatever his 10 qualifies as. But
Well, isn't he talking... One, he's talking about doing a Star Trek.
he is, which may or may not happen because CBS and Paramount are getting back together, and they may not want to do it at that point.
And then there was something else he was talking about wanting to make.
A horror movie.
A horror movie?
He wants to go out on a horror movie and call that his 10th. Now, whether the Star Trek movie officially counts as his 10th, or because he's working on someone else's property, he's not going to count it, or whether he's discounting that Death Proof is a movie of his that actually happened.
Does it count Kill Bill as one movie or two?
He counts Kill Bill as one.
Okay.
And he's saying that he's only made like 8, but he's actually made like 9 or 10, depending upon how you do the math on it. Kill Bill was supposed to be released as one whole movie, but the studio released it as 2.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think he doesn't count Death Proof because Death Proof was one half of Grindhouse. So then he technically has 2 more that he can
That was
do.
a short, so it wasn't feature length.
Well, it was feature length.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
like,
it was.
It was like
Yeah.
75 minutes. It's feature
it's
length.
feature length.
Yeah. I think he'll do his Star Trek, and then he's going to do a horror movie after that, and then he's done. That's what he's saying anyway. Unless he decides to redo his math.
Now,
then.
isn't he doing... He said he's either going to start doing something on stage or he's going to go to TV.
I don't know what he's going to do. He says that he wants to do 10 and then get out because he wants to end it on a high note. And not let his career just linger. Yeah. I don't know.
I have respect for that.
I
Okay,
do too.
so favorite Alien
We were talking
versus
about Alien vs. Predator, not
Predator movie.
What movie from the Alien vs. Predator series would you have Quentin Tarantino remake?
Ooh.
Aliens?
Aliens? Really?
No, that's a perfect movie.
No, I would like I would like keep Alien and Aliens in continuity. I mean, obviously, it doesn't matter if the prequels are there because no one watches them anyway. And then I would have him do a new sequel to Alien 3. Or Alien 2. Do a new Alien 3 that boots the other two, that and Resurrection, out of continuity and just go from there. Maybe include the dog aliens. And then otherwise, maybe have it start at a Foundry planet and then move on from there. But then, like, have Quentin Tarantino just do whatever he does.
Well, you know, the Dogomorphs in Aliens are very similar to the Stranger Things.
They kind of
aliens.
are.
What do they call them?
Demogorgons?
Demigorgons. Yeah.
Which
Demodogs. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
very similar
Even
to the
though I like
Demodogs.
third season of that show, fuck Stranger Things. Still don't like that. No.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
I don't understand it either. He's explained it to me, but
We had a whole podcast about it, and I still couldn't get into it.
I
Wow.
don't understand.
Yeah, no, it just didn't work for me.
He
You
doesn't
and
like
I.
the 80s.
Person of interest, man. We'll watch that. How's
Person of
that?
interest is good. We can do that. Quentin Tarantino's person of interest. I'd watch that too.
Another podcast we need to
There you
do
go.
is: have you guys done West Wing yet? And all the
He can't. He doesn't
political
watch
ones?
it. He doesn't.
I'm going
he
through it
can't-
now.
You are finally watching
I
West
got
Wing?
through the first 3 episodes.
And so you finally made it over the hump.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice, okay.
Thank you. We can talk
I'll
about
give
that
you
at some
some other
point.
shows that you can watch. They're really good.
Okay.
Yeah, but West Wing is one of my faves. Our faves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will.
Well, I love Dulé Hill, and I didn't know he was in it. And then when I found out he was in it, I
you had to recommit to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie doesn't show up for the first couple episodes, like full tilt.
Yeah.
But once he gets in it, Charlie is a
Yes,
key
Charlie's
cast
great.
member. Yeah.
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 I think
Does-
he shows up like third
Yeah,
episode.
Yeah.
Not in the first couple, but
Oh, okay.
yeah,
I'm on like
he's
episode
soon.
5 or 6 now.
Yeah,
And
he's core once he
Yeah.
like it's almost like he gets introduced and then suddenly he's just a key member of the whole group.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
like
Oh,
like
wait.
instantly.
Yeah, we'll save all that for when
Yeah.
we come
yeah.
back.
We can have a Dulé Hill episode because we can talk about Psych as well.
Yeah, but I can't watch that show. Oh my god. Sorry. But anyway, so if you could have Quentin Tarantino remake any of the movies, which one would you have him make?
Oh my. You know what? I think I'd agree with you. I think I'd agree with you on the third.
Go for Alien 3.
Yeah.
Maybe keep some of the elements and go
Yeah.
then have him
Keep
do what he
it
does.
with continuity. And that's a lot of problems that you and I always talk about is that there's no continuity between certain things.
Yeah, it irritates me. I'm going through the X-Men movies and seeing all the continuity issues and
Yeah.
the things that are stupid.
Those are problems. That's
There's
a problem.
serious problems with that.
Some great characters in those, but
Yeah.
some serious problems.
I would just like in those. I would just be like, okay, can we just get the Adventures of Quicksilver and like just ignore everyone else?
Yeah.
I think Quicksilver was really
Quicksilver
good.
the movie.
Yes.
That'd be fantastic. I mean, it would.
But the bad movies, the good movie, you know, the current MCU whole thing, I don't actually like that Quicksilver.
No,
No.
I'm perfectly okay with them introducing him and killing him in a single movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
What?
spoiler. But then I mean, I talk about the X-Men is like talk about all the other Fox stuff. It's amazing how much that studio with like Aliens and Predators can just executive meddle the way into like a corner and screw up every one of their franchises.
Right.
Well, at least they didn't have Joss Whedon direct an Alien movie and just tank the series.
He did. He didn't direct it. He wrote it.
Oh, he just wrote it? I thought he
only
directed
wrote. No, Jean-Pierre something directed the movie, and that's why Joss Whedon was like, "Look, the script was good. It's just the way he adapted it did not work." I'm like, okay, if your script still called for an alien-human hybrid, your script wasn't good. And she's gained from you the ability to give birth like a human. What? No. How does this help the alien at all? What is this? What? No.
You gotta love Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, yeah.
So much.
You gotta love her.
I love her
love
performance. I hate that movie. Like that last half hour of that movie is garbage.
It was so good up until she finds her clones, and then even then,
It was kind of okay.
but then it's like, oh, it's this weird giant white alien looking thing that's
Yeah.
calling her mommy, and it's
Yeah, and she's somehow in love with no, stop. And then it gets sucked out a tiny hole in a window that
It
makes
becomes
no
bad
sense.
touch. I don't want to
Yeah.
talk
Yeah, it's
about
bad.
it. That's
It's so bad.
uncomfortable.
Well, and then the Sulaku, the giant ship,
yeah.
crashes down into the planet and creates an explosion the size of Africa. I'm sorry, if you know anything about bombs, an explosion that big has just sterilized the entire planet.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, now we can visit Earth and see what. No, you can't. I mean, you can visit the rock that was Earth, but it's gone. You've killed Earth.
Bad movie.
It's a bad movie.
Bad movie.
Bad movie. Take your movie back home, Fox, and make it again.
Exactly.
We're not pleased with the work you've turned in.
Well, you know, Hollywood and anybody who's in the TV or movie making business doesn't like to remake things, even if they're bad.
They'll find a way to redo this whole series again. I honestly think that was Fox's plan originally when they started doing the prequels for Alien, was that they wanted to get back up to the original Alien so they could just remake it and start over again. But then the prequels were so bad.
But Aliens are actually pretty good.
Well, I know
movies.
they are,
Yeah.
but that doesn't stop Fox from wanting to remake them. They remade RoboCop, and RoboCop is pretty good. Okay,
The original.
Fox wasn't the studio behind RoboCop, but Hollywood,
Right.
remade RoboCop, and RoboCop was really good. The original one, not the sequels.
Yeah.
The sequels are trash. But they'll remake just about anything if it's popular enough.
They need to stop remaking things.
I just wish,
But-
like, if they want to do it again, just 100 years in the future, it like Star Trek did. It's like,
That's what they did with Conan.
yeah.
So are you an alien or are you a predator?
In my heart.
Yeah, in your heart.
In my heart, I'm a predator. At the dinner table, though, I'm an alien.
Fair enough. Josh?
Alien.
He's a
An
face
alien?
hugger. He said
face
that.
Oh, that's true. He's a face hugger. I'm a predator as well. So.
He goes for the face. And with that, this has been Not So Live from Asteroid G. I'm Mike Finkelstein.
I'm the face hugger.
Yeah, you are.
And I'm Queen Bee.
And we will see you next time.